The lion seems to be only half interested in her anyway. 19. Either kicking or high-fiving, you decide. This little baby keeps tapping the glass to the amusement of the ape, who is also hitting the glass where the baby is. The only problem is that the ape appears to be kicking the baby. Of course, maybe the whole kicking thing using the feet is really still using the arms, in monkey terms. 18. You're so vain. You probably think this list article is about you. Even animals are pretty vain. Mirrors give humans and animals ample opportunities to take in all of their perceived beauty. Then once we can see ourselves in all of our glory, we can top it off with a big ol' smooch. 17. You gave me a freaking heart attack, Mr. Zookeeper. At the zoo, it really would be nice if the zookeepers warned the animals every single time they moved an inch. This zookeeper dared to walk by the window and gave this little guy a heart attack. He fell over backwards when he heard the sound and probably yelled from behind the window, "What the heck, man?" 16. I have a baby. Small world. This orangutan is one super cutie that couldn't get over another super cutie being held by his mom. He kept pointing and pointing at him. He clearly was not pointed at the mom, so maybe this orangutan has a little cutie of his own. 15. And to that, my dear, I show you my tush. This little baby did not get much of a welcome when he went to the zoo. Instead of a cute face looking at him from the other side of the glass, he received a nice behind. Maybe this little boy was incredibly offensive, and this zoo animal just simply could not and would not take such behavior. So he said, "To you, sir, this is my answer." 14. I know, that's what she said. This meerkat laughter session is brought by the most funny joke ever told by the calm meerkat on the left. The meerkat on the right just simply couldn't take it anymore and doubled over in laughter. I feel sort of envious and out of the loop. I wish I could hear it too. These guys and their inside jokes. 13. Dancing lessons. Front step, cha-cha-cha, side step, cha-cha-cha, front step, back step, then turn. Clearly, this is a perfect opportunity for impromptu dance lessons. They can always take their show on the road later on as a duet. 12. It's all fun and games until someone loses a hand. What a cute little seal. Then bam! I ate your hand. Your hand must be eaten. How can a creature so sweet looking suddenly become such a vicious animal bent on attack? Yikes. 11. Hi. This beaver just kept waving and waving and waving and waving and, well, you get the picture. When the little kid waved, the beaver waved. The seal in the previous picture could stand to learn a few bits of etiquette from this guy. This beaver greets first with his hand and not his teeth. First impressions are important. 10. Let's just say it's an itch. I really think this bear has an itch. The itch just happens to be in his nose, so his logical choice for scratching that itch is his finger. With me so far? The important thing to ask now is what happened after this bear removed his finger from the nose. Itch gone? Find anything interesting? 9. The longest tongue in the zoo. Feeding giraffes is always fun. Spending $12 on a piece of lettuce that the giraffe will slobber all over, not to mention your hand, is all a good time. Here this giraffe demonstrated his ability to stretch out his tongue to about the length that totally grosses you out. Good fun either way. 8. Don't try the soap. It tastes like, well, soap. I totally agree with this little monkey guy. He looks super cool sporting his do, and he probably smells super sweet too. But good smelling soap does not equate to good tasting soap. He probably wishes someone would have told him about that. 7. I can almost hear the music from the movie Hatari. What could be cuter than a little baby elephant reaching up for his mommy? Elephant trunks are so expressive even though they're merely a nose and a mouth. This picture is so simple, but yet so cute! 6. Yo! He is just a polar bear guy taking an afternoon swim. As he swims by, he says a quick yo to everybody he passes. Now he'll have to go on his merry way. Have a nice swim. 5. Free baths today. Sharing is caring. Mr. Giraffe was oh so kind to offer Mr. Squirrel a quick bath one day here at the zoo. A little lick here, a little lick over there makes Mr. Squirrel sparkly fresh and clean. Thanks, Mr. Giraffe. 4. Sort of namaste. Yoga poses are often slightly different between people, so yoga poses between species are bound to be even more different. This guy has got the whole Om thing going on. He also just improvised and added a tongue feature. 3. No soliciting. Do you mind not bothering me right now? I am so totally busy doing something else which is way more important than whatever you are offering me. Talk to the hand is what I'm saying. if you need additional explanation. 2. I really hope he's pointing to something really cool behind her. He is either pointing to a fabulous piece of art that he painted during Gorilla Painting Hour on the wall behind the little girl, or he is showing her exactly how he feels about her. The former is really nice of him to share. The latter just makes him a big jerk. He should watch out though, or someone might return his kind gesture. Then he'll know how it feels. 1. Using a cell phone while swimming is dangerous. This polar bear obviously loves his cell phone. Doesn't he know that there is a high risk associated with swimming and talking on the phone? I know he wants to talk to his friends, but he should consider the ramifications of his actions. And the water could totally ruin his phone.
A zoo is a place to relax, rest, and get to know something new for all the members of the family. And I'm sure one day you'll be there soon. But remember that a zoo is not always the place for a good time. Hi everyone, Bubble here, and these are the 10 most shocking moments at the zoo. Let's go! In April 2016, a male chimpanzee has decided to walk out of his cage in Sendia, Japan. The primates are usually fond of such walking, but this time the escape might lead to a sad ending because the chimpanzees ended up hanging out on the power lines. The chimpanzees messing around threatened the animal itself as well as the people, as they might have been without power. Only thanks to a tranquilizing dart, this story had an happy ending. Being drunk, you usually do a lot of silly things, and one of them might be going to the zoo. And the worst of them is to try to attempt to see the bear closer in the outdoor enclosure. The drunken person didn't have the best coordination, so it was easy for him to fall down. This happened to an American man who found himself within the clutches of a grizzly's paws. The animal didn't think for a long time and started to taste the guy. The guards were quick to save the man, putting the bear to sleep. Sometimes alcohol leads to crazy actions, and Daniel is a bright example of this, as he climbed straight into the lion's enclosure. This deed seemed like it might be the end of him, but he was lucky, and the lions didn't even try to eat the man, probably because he reeked so much of alcohol that even fierce predators were squeamish to eat him. Even the most peaceful animals may be dangerous enough. These monkeys from the Brazilian zoo are a vivid example of that. A drunken man was so amazed by the animals that he jumped into the water to swim and to touch the primates. He made the biggest mistake, which he didn't account for. The monkeys have sharp teeth, and they're usually hostile to strangers. The fact that the man was in the water didn't stop the monkeys, and they bit him heavily. Many animals are dangerous, but the most dangerous one in the zoo is a man. The tiger Melanie had a rare illness. When its body couldn't digest the food, it quickly lost its weight and looked like a skeleton. All this happened because the tiger was in a closed space in one of the biggest Indonesian zoos. This case drew a careful attention of the regulatory authorities. They found out that animals die from this illness caused by the conditions of living in the zoo. The family of rhinoceroses have decided to escape from the Israeli zoo, probably to show their protest against the bad conditions. They definitely succeeded because such huge and strong animals could only be stopped by a tank if you're lucky. A lack of fencing near the enclosures every once in a while is a problem for sober but quite enthusiastic persons. This girl from Germany ended up in the water with the strongest polar bears that could easily tear anyone apart. The bears were very interested in what was happening. The girl was trying to get out of the water, damaging the zoo itself. Her being overweight was the reason of damaging the life buoy at first, and then strong men were not even able to pull her plump body out of the water. Until the year 2000, pandas have never bred in captivity. Even now, the appearing of newborn babies is very rare. Panda Ir Shun from Toronto Zoo became a sensation in October 2015 after giving birth to twins. The birth of one of them was caught on camera. Pulling the enormous elephant out of a narrow ditch is a very difficult task. The American specialists coped with that problem. The release of the animal might be called a rescue, but we can't do that because of the electricity cable preventing this second elephant from running away. This cable was too high, and the saved animal grabbed it accidentally and nearly was killed. Fortunately, at the end of the day, the elephant was well. In 2014, in an English zoo, a boy fell into a ditch with wild primates due to his parents' carelessness. Everyone held their breath while they were afraid of what the animals would do. Nobody was ready for what they saw the gorillas do. It didn't attack the boy, and even started to protect him from his enclosure mates. The gorilla tried to make the boy come around, and when the poor boy opened his eyes, the animal went away, having understood that the...
А теперь обернись, посмотри на него, какой он враг.
Nice, I got it! Good job, good job.
Look at saying hi.
Wow.
Стой, сиди. Вообще не дёргайся.
Look.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, don't stop it.
Mình.
Nó đang đi á.
Oh! Oh my god!
My God! I'm scared.
You got video?
Yeah.
Eat it.
Here he comes. Here he comes. See that shit?
What is going on?
Go ahead and take the stroller a little closer. I'm recording.